We got some breaking news. The sister girls have invaded Rio de Janeiro. I got some footage that I'm going to show you guys.
What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. Dima Latin music! As you know, Brazil is one of the great destinations for black men. It has been so for a long time, especially the city of Rio de Janeiro. I've been there once before, and it was quite nice. Somebody who looked like me ended up going into a brothel and booty clap yourselves! No, there was no Diddy oil there at the time, and it wasn't me. It was someone who looks like me.
Stop the cap.
But guys, I had a great time. But as it seems, some of the brothers are complaining about a new intruder on these passport bro blocks, and that is no other than black women. Black women from the States. I've been seeing videos about it all over YouTube. Black men complaining about African American women coming into Thailand, African American women coming into Colombia, and African American women coming into the Philippines. And the reason why they're complaining is because a lot of these black men were leaving America to get away from these same sisters. And this happens to be the case with Rio de Janeiro. And that brings me to popular creator Skylar Duruan. Check his channel out. He recently did a video called Black Women Invade Rio de Janeiro, Brazil.
We got some breaking news. The sister girls have invaded Rio de Janeiro. I got some footage that I'm going to show you guys. Okay? I can't give my opinion here on YouTube. I can't say what I really want to say. So if you want a unfiltered raw version of this, go to Patreon and request it. All right? But not only did they invade Rio, they pulled up to Mabs. They pulled up to Mabs, which is one of my favorite spots. So what do you guys think about this? Like I said, I can't give my opinion on it. Not here on YouTube, because you guys know, if you know me, you already know where I'm at. But I'm going to just tell you, I can't say what I want to say, but I can tell you what the Brazilians were saying. Because some buddy of mine was talking to some of the Brazilians that worked there, and not worked there, or Brazilians that were just hanging around. And the first question the Brazilians asked, they were like, why is there so many overweight women in the United States? That's the first question these Brazilians asked. They was flabbergasted because they never seen this many overweight people congregated in one area from one country.
So that place is called Mabs. Shout out to Mabs. I've been there before once and have a pretty interesting story about that place. Maybe one day I'll tell it. But as you can see, it seems that some sisters went there, and it seemed that it might have been some brothers there too. There are a lot of African American travel groups where people just, come and travel together and visit the world. This is something that a lot of well-to-do African Americans participate in. So it's not really out of the ordinary. But what Skylar recognized was maybe the attitude of some of the women that were there. And obviously some of the Brazilian men recognized the size of the women that were there. And that's what I want to kind of talk about now. The arrival of what may become the passport sisters. Now, most of those women that I probably saw on that particular video, like I said, those are probably professional women. But you're going to have some women that are going to be leaving America. It's just inevitable. America is too expensive, especially if you're a single woman. A lot of black women have been moving to Mexico, and they're looking for opportunities abroad. And if they can keep the US dollar following them, why not? And guess what? Stop the show. They'll probably be looking for love. And this is why you hear certain women saying things like this.
I tell my single friends, I'm like, if you want a man, go anywhere outside of here. Okay? We can start the passport sisters, because I'm telling you, we are adored in other places. Don't believe this BS that they try to sell us in America that we're less
Well,
desirable.
basically, if these men can do it, why can't I do it? It only makes sense. Whatever these men can do, I can do more. But we've already seen some evidence of certain women not having so much success overseas.
I walk her back, I set my alarm, get, showered, take my makeup off, all that stuff, and I was like, Nami in the morning. Like, I was just really excited to go to Nami. So I wake up, I get ready, I text them, ready when you are, ha 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 ha, smiley face, nothing. I got no text, no call, nothing. So, he's all apologetic the following week and everything, and the first thing he says to me is like, let me make it up to you, you should come over. I'm like, come over, why? He's like, oh yeah, just come hang around Suwon, I can show you around Suwon, hang around my house. I'm like, he thinks I'm serious.
And then another lady commenting on that lady's issue.
I like the fact that she doesn't try to sugarcoat her experiences, like everything's all roses and butterflies and like that, because I think that that's also a big reason why there's so many black women especially being victimized in Korea right now. Y'all be out here trying to sell this dream that Korea is somehow magically going to transform you into like from the ugly duckling into the swan, like the beautiful swan, and it's like it doesn't happen that way here. Like, all you're gonna really experience when you come over here is more racism, colorism. What we're talking about is just the fact that you're not escaping what you really think you're escaping. It is delusional for you to think that you are going to move to a foreign country where they have openly discussed that they don't with you, and you are going to meet people who just wholeheartedly understand you. Like, it's not gonna happen, y'all. It's really sad because the type of black women that I see that are into K-pop or just into like Asian culture, and just they have the means and the opportunity to travel because they're smart, they're well educated, like we're cultured, and yet we diminish ourselves to being like essentially only sought after because we're given the title as a Jezebel or like easy, or because we're a fetish. Cause that's another thing we could get into. We could have a whole talk about fetishization and about how easily black women are manipulated into being hypersexual, even when they're not really hypersexual. Like,
when all has failed, you still got Jamaica. You guys win over there. Shout out to my Jamaican green card bros.
And then there's the reality of actually this.
I've heard a lot of stories about women going to the Caribbean, having fun, right? With these local men, and then end up catch some sort of STD. But I feel sorry for you. Like, you guys are coming to tell your story. You guys don't know these men, right? And you guys take up on yourself and go sex them, not knowing their background, nothing at all. And now come telling the story now to make we feel sorry for you. Maybe I'm being harsh, but you take it upon yourself so you go have fun, right? On vacation. Sex off the man them, don't know them background, or trying to catch a STD, herpes, whatever it is, right? When I come telling the story, you should have been more responsible.
Ladies, we understand that you go crazy when you see a man that can shake his beer belly like this, but please only bring back souvenirs from the gift shop.
So yeah, a lot of these ladies could be trying to go over to these places, sleeping with these guys, being taken advantage of, and not really understanding what they're getting into. But then the reality is, who's going to take care of these women overseas? Now, if you think about a place like Brazil, of course you're going to have very rich men there, very successful men there. But on average, you're not going to have the same level of men that can provide for you like you can get in America, which leads to another issue.
In a response to the passport bro movement, a lot of modern Western women decided to start their own passport sisters. But hear me out, y'all. Common sense should have told them why that's not going to... Actually, critical thinking should have told them why that's not going to work. And here's why. I'm going to tell y'all in one word. Hypergamy. Traveling overseas for a husband, but you want that husband to pay for your lifestyle that you currently have in America, the math just not mathing up right there. More than likely, you are going to have to be the breadwinner in the relationship. Now, here is an example of a passport sister who miserably failed at her passport sistering. I'm gonna review this video tonight at 6 p.m. Central on my YouTube channel. So pull up for that, because we gotta give what common sense or critical thinking did not give a lot of these women.
If you can look at Skylar's friend's criticism, which is, hey, you know, a lot of these women are, you know, bigger, are more taller than the average Brazilian women, then it could be a problem for them trying to date in that particular market. For an example, I used to live in Poland. Polish women on average, the beauty standard is very thin, very skinny. And for a lot of the women that came from Africa, are, you know, women that came from other parts that tended to be a little bit more heavier in size, they found it very difficult to date and to attract the men that they wanted. And so when they did attract some guys, sometimes they would come across the guy saying, you know, things like, you know, I've never been with a black woman before. So again, as the lady iterated, a lot of the problems that men or women face in their home country could tend to be the same issues you're gonna face wherever you go. If you're gonna live there and you're going to be competing for men there, romantic or business interests, you're gonna have to be good, and you're gonna have to find out how to meet the standard. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe, hit the bell. We're out.